membership is super important to me to grow it. I want to help duplicate it. The reason I'm passionate about it is because I believe that nobody should be left behind. We are currently the largest business organization that's Latino in the nation. And business is right now only currently within the real estate aspect of things. I really truly believe that NAHREP can become this entrepreneurship business organization, meaning, and I know that Gary is such a big visionary. And so what if we could become that organization for even outside of real estate? And so the impact we're making within the Latino community is so large and magnificent and giant that I just truly believe that everyone should be able to experience what we have been able to experience to help change our businesses in our lives. So I really believe this can become the Latino entrepreneurship organization, and nobody should be left behind in experiencing what we all have.
I became number one, again, by having that fierce determination to make my effort be worth something. I had already given up a lot of time. I had already worked very hard. I hadn't been around my son, you know, when he was little. And so I said, it has to be worth something. And so I knew that I had to go up in volume, transactions. I need to be strategic because it had been way too many years that I had not been around as a mother. And I felt that pressure and to not have anything to show for it, you know, just kind of be in survival mode, as many real estate agents are, was not what I wanted. I wanted my efforts to have some sort of real fruit. And so I knew that, you know, we get ranked. I knew that company ranks us. I know that in our local, you know, associations, we get ranked, everyone, you know. And so at that moment, I really understood that I needed to be in the top 1% and that I needed to be striving for helping more familias. And how do I do that? How do I grow my team? How do I see this as, you know, more than a business, you know, outside of just myself? And so it was important mentors as well that showed me how it's done. And so with all of that, con tremendas ganas de querer tener algo que comprobar y enseñarle a mi familia, look, we paid the price. And I say we because I say that even to my son, you know, you paid the price too because you didn't have your mom around, you know, for a long time. And so look, this is what we have, right? We've been able to build wealth. We've been able to build a legacy for ourselves. And now let me show you what we've done for other people. Las familias, you know, the clients. And so media, wherever you're seeing it, we all have struggles. And so hang on to that pain, and it's okay to carry it with you. You got to carry it with you sometimes and go full force towards your goals. Don't let it stop you. Let it, you know, que sea un acompañante. And then one day you'll have a chance to address it and get rid of it forever and ever and ever. But sometimes you just have to pursue what you want with it, you know, right with you.
A father, entrepreneur, developer, just strategist, family man, sports fan. I mean, the competitiveness, that's what draws me to it because I'm very competitive. I like being in those environments. Delegation, the art of having that discipline to understand that you need to put your ego away and say, you know what? You can build other people's lives by giving the opportunity and empowerment by showing them different skills, where you now kind of see a vision, like a bird's eye view of what a company should look like, and understanding that there's people that are relying on you and learning from you, where they can be empowered and build those type of companies. So having like 5 companies and overseeing all 5 of them, you know, gives me more of time to take care of all 5.
I'm many things, but I think overall I'm a mother. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, and I am an immigrant that came to this country, like many of us, for the American dream. I was passionate at the age of 10 and became a salesperson, selling Avon to help the family. So I think
I believe that growing our membership will result in so many benefits for the organization. One, what I mentioned, making sure that nobody's left behind. The second is if we continue to grow this mass of energy and people and collective coming together, there's power in numbers, and we all know that. And so we're going to start also attracting different partnerships. We're also going to start attracting different eyes that perhaps have never even wanted to look at us.
Daily. I still remember Juan Martinez at the Hispanic Wealth Project showing us about corporate setup, protections, liabilities, assets, how to set up S corps, strategies, the contacts, relationships, things like that. I mean, having that type of advice and being a student every single day, because the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing, and that's the idea that we have to go. Is that we can't be, egotistical. We can't be about, hey, I know everything, because that's never going to happen. That's how you grow. And so people like Armando, Gary Acosta, Daisies, I mean, we're always learning constantly.
I think I had a moment in my life where circumstances sometimes define who you become. And I believe that that's what happened to me. I had to be the interpreter for my mother, as many of you guys know, when a real estate property was being offered to her. And we did not understand the process of becoming a homeowner. We thought that $105,000, which was the price that was offered to her, had to be brought to the table. That somehow marked my life. Must have been about 15, 16 years of age. Immediately after I found out that somebody by the name of Lupe bought the property that we were offered with $8,500 and my mother had $25,000 in the bank, immediately I wanted to know more about it. Like, why weren't we told, right? And it's almost like everybody should know. Let's not leave anybody without knowing, right? I think you make it your mission to make sure that everybody knows. And it changed me in the form that my family was not mentally ready to become homeowners, even though they had the down payment. So I made it my journey to be the first to become a homeowner in my family, and at the age of 18, purchased my first real estate property. Yes, at the age of 21, you had to be to get a real estate license. So at 18, guys, at 18, I had a part-time job, but I had the will and the desire to become a homeowner. I needed every money gifted to me, right? I didn't have much to my name and a couple of co-signers, but we got it done. And not only did we get it done, I inspired my brother, my oldest brother, to purchase his own family home. He was the guy with the money. There's a story behind it that the realtor that was helping me, his partner came out and said, hey, why are you wasting your time with this one? Go after the brother. The brother's the one with the money, not her. But my brother did not have the drive that I did. And only when he saw what his little sister was able to accomplish with his mom's gift was that he went ahead and became a homeowner himself.
I really wanted to leave a legacy for our organization that was powerful and that benefited everyone. And so my thought was, if I want to duplicate our membership, we already have an army of people out there. What if we incentivized our current members to help us maximize their time, our resources, our people who are passionate, they believe in the mission, they already feel and know everything we're trying to expand. And so it was the easiest way to accomplish that goal and making sure that they were benefiting from this. So I thought, well, if we can incentivize them to help us get there, it benefits everybody.
The empathy, the paying it forward, the idea that he has helped many people in the organization from rags to riches, right? And that's the idea that I see, and I see that I'm like, man, this individual, this leader cares. Others, they don't do it for the people. They do it for the money. They do it for them. And I think that's one of the things that I admire from Gary is that, you know, it's the empathy and empowerment. You can see the heart.
I believe that you get rewarded in public for what you do behind the scenes. And so everyone wants the stage, everyone wants the limelight, everyone wants to be significant. But you're not really significant if you haven't accomplished something. So the real work is what you do behind the scenes. The real work is failing at something and overcoming and then achieving.
And admitting failure.
And
a lot of people don't like to admit failure.
Yeah, I mean, if failures for me is just a part of the growth process.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it as a lesson. It's not really failing. It's like, what did I learn through this? And then I'm shifting. And again, I never give up on the goal.
It's very intriguing. It opens up the mind. It makes you think further. Makes you really kind of stop and think, because we all have our daily, you know, businesses to run. But that Sunday morning at 6 in the morning, you're like, let me get my coffee. Let me read this. Let me stop. Let me open up my mind, understand that, ponder, and say, how can I contribute to that? And also, how can I apply that to my own business or lives? So yeah, that's a key thing.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did, because the minute I purchased that home, I was still insisting on getting my real estate license. I got my real estate license on my 21st birthday. That day, I took my classes, and from there on, I just made sure that, especially in my community, I saw that I grew up in a place that in Franklin Park in Chicago's land area that was primarily Hispanic, or I would say 99.9% Hispanic, and many of the newcomers, immigrants, lived in this area. It was so, they called it blighted, they called it everything you want to say, and they even called it La Selva. So I looked at La Selva as OMG. All these people that are here, are working, they all can move into a better school district. They all can have their own home, and that was my passion.
I have a love-hate relationship with social media because I've utilized it for the benefit of my business, my personal brand, and I think it's so important to have that nowadays. You have to engage with technology. You have to innovate. If you're not innovating, it's a part of growth, and you're also dying. So the way I've been able to really maximize it is to make sure that I'm putting out really great content, that who I'm following and I'm choosing to follow is full of positive, impactful content. Everyone else I'm muting because I'm not interested in, you know, watching things that aren't like-minded.
Man, competition, ambition, in order to change lives, and really legacy, the legacy part. I mean, it's not about me. It's about, you know, generations from now. The Acevedo family tree in 2090, 2003, the year 2100. Edwin Acevedo changed the game on our family tree, great-great-grandfather, and I want great-grandkids to be talking about that instance where it went from 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship.
I came in as a part-time real estate agent And in a year, after a year of being part-time, I made just as much money in my part-time as I made in my full-time job. So I decided that as soon as I had 1 year's full salary in the savings account to carry me, I was going to make this my full-time career.
It benefits our members because it's another stream of income. We have the Hispanic Wealth Project, and we talk about how we want to build more billionaires. We're incubating more Latino millionaires and billionaires. And we know that having different streams of income is very helpful, right? If you're going in a downshift market, then you have something else that can support that. And it's simply that I really believe that our members are so passionate and understand the mission. They understand the vision. They believe in where we're heading, where we're going. And so in that process, when they're having conversations, they are already bringing in their friends and family and colleagues into the organization. So now you get incentivized to do that. So it's a win-win for everybody.
And the opportunities, the connections, the access.
So I would say that a lot of it was me, because we had the same mentor in our office and not the same outcome with every realtor. But us Latinos have a drive. We don't come to this country for nothing other than the American dream. And the American dream doesn't come without hard work. So being that, you guys, I saw when I pulled up to that real estate office in my Buick Skylark with a bed muffler.
Yeah, I have a million conversations that I can give as an example of what has helped me in my business and personally in life. I mentioned it, earlier this week, how there is no accident that my business has grown and scaled at the levels it's gotten to. Running a multi-million-dollar business and then scaling and growing within this organization. It's not by accident. The people I've been able to meet, I would have never been able to meet in any other rooms. The conversations I've been able to have with people who have been there and done that and are willing to share how they got there, their secrets, their strengths, their mess ups. That's been super important, that they've actually shared what they've failed in so that they're trying to protect me from doing the same thing. And the journey hasn't been easy. I've also failed in many ways, but you don't ever give up on the goal. You simply just change strategy and you keep on going. But it's absolutely scaled my business and created some incredible long life friendships that is really invaluable. How do you put a value on something like that?
Because they're not intentional. You got to be intentional. You got to understand exactly what you want to accomplish at each conference or at each event. You want to come in and knowing this is what I'm going to accomplish today, and I'm going to make it happen. And then if I don't, then what can I do the next day and the next day? So at the end of the day, you got to be intentional with what you want. Whatever you believe, you become. Wherever you believe, you become. And that's the main part that we have to understand, is that everything has to stand out, and we take advantage of it and opportunities. While everybody else is out there partying, doing their thing, that's for the birds. We do business here. So that's what we got trying to accomplish.
It's a matter of strategy. That really is what it comes down to it. You try something, if you're not seeing the results from the consistent work, you simply change the strategy. You come back to the drawing board and you see what possibilities there are, what options there are, because there's never just one way, there's never just two ways. There are three and many other ways to accomplish something. And so I would say you stay resilient in the end goal. Resilient, you never negotiate your goal, you simply just shift how to get there.
I think I was not confident. I think I was insecure. And with all my insecurities, I was the girl going to the secondhand and buying the dress for the next open house. I was the girl showing it with a Buick Skylark with a bed muffler. But I was hungry. I was driven. And I didn't let all the big names in the office. I think it's in our DNA. I think it's in the Latino, the immigrant DNA. If I had to say the number one cause for my strength was my family. It started, I always say that you can't take people to places you haven't been in. So it started with me walking the walk. As soon as I became confident and my assets were performing to the point where I did not need to work, I knew I was onto something good. I had seen it firsthand from my mentor, right? He lived a very good lifestyle. And even though he was very conservative and modest on his lifestyle, I understood from a very young age the comforts he had. And he had achieved them all from real estate. He came to this country undocumented at the age of 33. And by the age of 45, he had built an empire.
So, para mí ha sido muy claro que la familia es un componente muy importante. So, since I was little, my abuela taught me to fight for my family, to stand up for my family. And that's exactly what I've been able to do. And now that I have the opportunity to be in this role with NAHREP, and what a role, what an honor. I see my familia, I see my agents, lenders, and really the affiliate partners that have supported us through the process as my extended familia. And it is very clear to me that the same attitude and everything that I learned when I was young, que mi abuela me enseñó, that we got to stand up for our first-time home buyers. We got to stand up for those agents that need, the tools and the resources, que necesitan, sometimes even just someone believing in them, that they can do it and that they are making a difference. And that's what I want to do for my NAHREP familia. I am here to fight for them. I'm here to show them that we are in this together. And we know that Latinos build strong bonds within our family. And we know that this nation also needs us. We need that familia structure. And I know that whatever we can deliver to our community, our Hispanic community, is also an extension to the whole nation. We are going to make a difference in this country through housing and just through las raíces que estamos creando and embracing each other as, we are one, and that's the truth. So, mi NAHREP familia, aquí estoy, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, and I know you guys are going to come with me on this journey this whole year, y pues para adelante.